the East-West Road. Oh, a lot of us have been reacting to the news when we heard some people had been excited in the past. This was sometime in 2024, to be exact. There was the promise, if I'm very correct. No, even the early part of this year. It started from 2024. That they were going to make sure that they meet up with completing the road, and then sometime in 2025, the Minister for Works had said that the road will be completed and commissioned. There was a promise that came last year that that road will be completed by December of last year. That was the first one. But then sometime in May, the minister gave the assurance while he was inspecting that project site, saying that the long-awaited Eleme section will be ready for public use in the next 10 days. That was, to be precise, sometime in May 2022 of this year. May 22, I beg your pardon, of this year. If you also remember, while there were talks about the Port Harcourt refinery coming back on stream fully, many had clamored for that road to be completed because it was very pivotal to whatever activity that would be carried out in the refinery with regards to operations and transportation of, petroleum products. Let me take our minds back to that fire incident that happened on that road that led to destruction of properties and lives. Hundreds of people that died on that road. It was a very gory sight, and it renewed the call for something urgent to be done as quickly as possible to sort out the situation of that road. That particular project has been awarded over years. If you recall, the Obasanjo administration awarded the project in 2006 at 211 billion naira. Nothing until it was budgeted in 2007. After a review of the project, sections 1 and 2, which was covering Warri to Kayama, Eket, were completed. That's for the East-West Road. But the section 3A that covers the Port Harcourt Eleme Junction to One Port Harcourt was abandoned. On April 26, 2024, we had another very sad incident that happened on that road. On October 13 of 2022, people were also killed when a 40-foot tanker lost balance and fell. Remember on that bridge? Remember that time the call was that bridge had been given up. Why was there no attention given to the bridge? We need a new bridge, blah, blah, blah. And it brought us to the design of that road that talked about having 5, if I'm not mistaken, 5 flyovers. I think around 3 to 5 flyovers. There was supposed to be at various sections of that road. Okay, what is the case now? Why are people complaining? In August of 2017, a girl was smashed by a heavy-duty vehicle, same on that road. I'm talking of the Eleme axis of the road, though. There was also the part where people started calling for the road to be moved. There was the call that, hey, I think what will solve this problem is for us to move this road. Hand it over to the Ministry of Works and Housing so that finance will come, so that people can take it, so that the work will move fast. And that happened when Akpabio was the Minister of Niger Delta. Akpabio, at the time, transferred the construction of the entire stretch of the East-West Road to the Ministry of Works and Housing. Then it was Babatunde Fashola who was minister. Yeah? The road was transferred to him. How far? This was what got a lot of people talking. When Dave Umahi, Minister of Works, while he was tackling critics, told contractors to patch up the road in the next 7 days. I don't want to say too much. I know some of you have heard it before. Interestingly, Somebody was speaking with me during the newspaper review this morning on the show and said, please don't play that thing again. But here we go. We're going to listen to it again and hear exactly what was said or what was being said, just to give us proper context. Okay.
What we did was to phase this project. Phase 1 is one full carriageway, and phase 2 is the second carriageway and the bridges and the flyover. And so we are done with phase 1, and that's what we commissioned, and that's one full carriageway. You may see some little disjointed portion. That is where the flyover ramps are supposed to come. But I've directed them while we wait for the superstructure of the flyovers and the bridges. They should go and put asphalt there, and I give them 7 days, so that from Eleme Junction down to Ne, you will not have any pothole, you will not have any disjointed portion, and so they are going to do that.
So that's the directives that was being given by the Minister for Works. So people are complaining about these talks of commissioning a road that was not completed. Why would they commission a road that was not completed? Now, I want to take our minds back to earlier part of this year, where the federal government had assured that this section 3 of the East-West Road, which is the 15-kilometer stretch from Eleme Junction to One Junction, will be completed and open to the public by December 2025. So hopefully we would have been waiting till that time. Maybe that's when we'll get a full ceremony and see a full picture of what's happening. And then people not also satisfied with the talks about why are we trying to alter the design and reduce the number of bridges that should be on that road. The major question I want to ask is, are you even hopeful that you would see the completion of this East-West Road under this administration, led by the Minister of Works? Are we going to see the completion of this East-West Road? There were questions that was raised when the government went on to begin a new project, which was the Coastal Road. And said the effort that was put in there, if we had looked at the East-West Road, would have done a great job, finished it. Amongst many other roads that are in bad state in the country. Unfortunately, we had to go with the Coastal Road, which we saw a commissioning of portions of it that also reports have suggested that were not really completed. So what is this thing we are hearing or seeing with commissioning, or this new commissioning style, where it's usually sometimes done online, especially for roads of this magnitude? For the Coastal Road, there are also questions about it not being well completed, not meeting up the number of kilometers that was announced at the venue of where they had the commissioning with a drone view. What really is happening? What really is happening? That's a fundamental question that needs answers. There was a protest, don't forget, on that Eleme axis of the East-West Road. The one, in fact, let me take our minds back to sometime in 2022 where the police had to intervene and the protest had to be suspended by youths who were angry. Because remember, they had blocked that road one time too in protest of the state of the road. And we had promises upon promises. So why then now does it begin to feel like the people might not get? Is that what this agitation is all about? Well, let's find out what you think. 0817-923-0007. Some people are already apprehensive. Some people already are apprehensive with regards to whether the road will see the light of day. 0817-923-0002. Our correspondent who visited that section of the East-West Road said work seemed like it's still ongoing. Not at the pace that many people would like, but the report is that there's still work around the Aleto Bridge area. Workers are still on site. They are laying asphalt on bad portions of the road. That was commissioned, though. That was commissioned. And earlier we were told the commissioning would be in December and it will be fully open to public use. So what changed along the line? 0817-923-0002 the number to call. On Facebook, we are live at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. Are you hopeful? Are you expecting to see a completion of this road under this administration, or is there something else? What are your concerns? Let's find out this morning on Facebook at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. That's the handle. Remember to like the page. Importantly, click on the share button. Very important. And then keep your comments as short as possible, please. I'm begging you, so we can take as many as we can on Facebook Live. Keep the comments as short as possible. This one says, BJ Peter says, the FCT minister taught them the pattern he's using in Rivers State when he was governor. Collins says, total political will is needed by the Federal Ministry of Works in the completion of the East-West Road. Total political will. In Okrika, Muriel, good morning.
Hello, Femi, good morning.
Yeah.
This is the Okrika woman.
Go on.
Femi, unfortunately, if I'm going to my village, if I'm not going through the river, either Marine Base or
You must pass that
Abloma,
place. You must pass that place.
The only route is that road. And I wish NDDC can just keep up to their promises among their 2025 projects they want to take out. This Okrika Bridge, if they can do it, oh God, Okrika will be the happiest. But Ifemi, back to the matter. Now, Ifemi, that road is so scary. In fact, I say whenever I'm going to the village, it's my road every week, to and fro. I shuffle it, but I got Okrika. So it is so scary that you see the last accident that happened that night, that trailer, that they say water, that even some governor visited that night to say, look, it is so scary that if there is a hold up on that road, you hear me, you and trailers, buses or keke and trailers, it is, in fact, you hold your heart in your hand. That's why I vow never to drive to my village. It has to be through public transport. So if there is hold up, I'll just gently carry my life, come down and start walking. Because what they are doing now is just the road now, so from Eleme Junction to Akpajo, that they are doing now. Although they've tried from the refinery junction, you hear me, from the refinery junction to close to Akpajo Bridge, you know, they've done something close to that trailer area. They've done a little bit of something, just one lane, just one lane. So from Akpajo to Eleme, just half, a little half they did. Then from Akpajo to Eleme Junction, they did a half again. And the road they are doing is a bit good, it's strong, but it's not too big, not too wide. You know, a bit not wide at all. It's unfortunate. Do you know the route we are passing now? We have to pass from the oil mill, through oil mill, a little one girls, those roads. Then before you get to Akpajo, that's the route now for buses and those keke buses. But keke is keke now that's mostly flying that road, and it's so risky. The other axis of that road, oh my God.
All right, Muriel, thank you. Let's hear from Temple in the chair before we go on a short commercial. Temple, quickly, good morning.
Good morning, the very distinguished Femi Andrew. You asked a simple question. What will be needed or what will it take for this road to be completed? And for me, I think what will be needed is a sincere sincerity of purpose and political will. Because it's very disheartening hearing that them patch here. And I have...
Oh my goodness, Temple, whatever it is, I think it's from your end. You would have to try to link up back with us after we return from this very short commercial. Remember, on Facebook, the handle is at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. And the numbers to call again, 0817-923-0007 or 0817-923-0002. Stay with us.
You are tuned
right, good morning. We get on with the conversation. My name is Eleme Andrew. The Eleme axis of the East-West Road is on the table this morning. Some of us already responding to the question. If you get on Facebook at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH, very simple. What would it take for the East-West Road to be properly completed? In fact, I went on to ask you earlier, do you see this road being completed under this administration with the Minister of Works, Dave Umahi, in charge? The road had been commissioned, parts of it. And the parts that have been commissioned, we're hearing that it wasn't really done properly. There were videos of the minister in River State at different times, dishing out instructions to the contractors, telling them that, well, what are they, how many sand, the mixture, the ratio for the mixture of sand and granite and asphalt and whatever they were using for the road. And he was furious at them, was saying, you can't use this, you have to do that. And those things kind of brought excitement, and people felt, okay, we're going to get something good. Now it doesn't really seem that way. Earlier I had told you that the promise of the federal government was that by the end of 2025, December precisely, we are going to see full commissioning of that road and it will be open to public use. At the moment, the public is using parts of it that was opened, and that part that was commissioned, many are saying it does not explain, it does not fit the picture that had been created sometime last year. I had also gone back in time to give you a history briefly of some of the incidents that we've had on that road, whether it's the protest to the lives that have been lost and properties that have been lost on that road. Now there are even talks about altering the design, and that also has raised plenty of concerns. Now the question remains, what will it take to finish this road? 0817-923-0007. 0817-923-0002. On Facebook, it's at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. This one says, good morning. The problem with the East-West Road is that Nigeria is a country of sharing money, borrowing money, and share. None of the leaders want to work for the benefit of the people, since it is not affecting them, and it is not affecting them personally. This is Insisong Wilson. Thank God Ability says, do you know why they will not complete the East-West Road? They want to use it for 2027 campaign. By Festus, I'm not the one that said it too, says that the first way and manner the construction of the Eleme axis of the East-West Road earned my admiration, but with the recent news about pouring asphalt on some sections of the road is totally uncalled for. I also was asking this question in the morning. Some of us that are ranting now and saying, why would they commission a road that when they were doing the coastal road, people were hailing, similar, most of the same people were saying it was good, forgetting that coastal road was also not completed. That coastal road, when they say, why would you commission a road without going to the place to look at? Some people said, the technology, made excuses. I'm pretty sure, obviously supporters of the president or members of the APC. Well, other Nigerians were saying, no. Now, it's happening in River State. Now, some of those individuals are saying this. So, don't we think that if Nigerians would speak from a place of, I'd said this before, it's gradually fading. Right and wrong is gradually fading. It is now basically about which leader you support, which political party you support, which interest you support, not whether the individual is doing what is right or what is wrong. It's gradually fading. And if that fades away, where does that leave us as a people? What then guides us? What moral compass do we then work with? By Festus, he says, President's commission a section of that road without properly completing it is another show of shame on their part. We have JJ from Rumigbo. Good morning, JJ.
Yeah, Andrew, good morning.
Go on.
Andrew, from the movie that you were reading from on the East-West Road, Eleme Junction to La Park, right? You didn't capture the one by Senator Barry in Piggin.
Oh, okay.
Where he protested on that same road, and at the end of the day, today, that road leads to his place. If he flies from Abuja now, and he wants to go to his village, that's where he will pass at the end of the day. Now, you didn't also capture, it's not the one that fainted anyway. I think it was Pondy that fainted the other time when he was asked questions. Barbara Efa, when he promised that the NDDC will fix that road, These are things that people are asking. Like the question you asked, if they will finish that road, I say no change according to Tupac. Now, let's go to the coastal road where they said they've commissioned 30 kilometers. Meanwhile, not even reach you, right? Now, 700 kilometers, it will take 25 times commissioning. Meanwhile, they also told us that the road will go on simultaneously in Calabar and Lagos. Remember? So at the end of the day, nothing don't come out home. So as far as I'm concerned, they will not complete the east-west road based on what's on ground already that we're analyzing. Because for Umahi, there is an engineer, a senior one for that matter, that road is less than 20 kilometers. You have done one part and 4 bridges. Have you completed 2 bridges to make it half of the project? Now you have not done any bridge at all. You told us that you are completely, you did concrete, and you press concrete at the end of the day, you are using asphalt now. Who is fooling who? I think Akpabio, Umahi, and all of them put together, they will not complete this. So even they will use it for campaign for the next election. Watch out. Thank you very much.
Let's go to Emeka in Eleme. Good morning, Emeka.
Yes, my dear brother. Good morning. My brother, I'm not surprised on what is happening in Nigeria. Nigerian people are so funny, especially APC-led federal government. I'm not expecting anything from them. They're not on Nigerians. They are not playing Yahoo to Nigerians. The same people came on 2023 to move to a subsidy. They say they want to revive our refinery. They went and imported fuel from outside country. And now say the refinery is working. Eleme and Ware. Where is the refinery? The same country, the same country that someone that took first, and someone that took first now become last in election. So what do we expect from them? Are they using the East-West road? Are they using East-West road? They always go on air, all of them. So it's the poverty that is suffering. There's no need to kill them. The East-West road have come to community project. You know, community project. This one will come and do its own. 20 years, 30 years, that is community project. It's not a road project again. It's community project where any person will come and cash out and go. The last minister of works has came and cash out and go. He's also collecting his own now. Don't blame him. It's a political settlement. So there's not anything you can blame anybody.
Hello, Emeka. I think with that tone, I believe it meant that your point has been made. Obed from Ada George, good morning.
Good morning, Andrew.
All right, go on.
Andrew, when I heard that statement by Omai, I have to go myself to get the first-hand information on that road. I drove all the way from Eleme Junction down to Trailer Park. You understand? Andrew, I tell you, that road is just, I can say 45%. You understand? Because the bridges, they are still erecting the pillars, you understand, on the side of the bridges. So what is on my rushing to come and commission a road that is not completed, that is not even, like just 40%, you know, they have done 40%. So what is the rushing? What is all this rushing all about? That road they have used that road for campaign. All this why I was surprised, and that was one of the things that make me not to trust on politicians anymore. The former governor of Rivers State, Rotimi Amechi, when he was a governor, he was singing that road like song. But immediately they came on board at APC government. He had never said anything on that road, even till today. So politicians should stop deceiving Nigerians. I went there myself, took videos. I can send you the videos of that road.
Please do. Chima, please. Obed, please send the videos.
Yes. I will send you the video.
All right.
Away.
Okay.
You understand? Because I took that video myself. What is all this rush? Even the so-called 30-kilometer road, 30 kilometer they claim that they have done on that out of 750 kilometers, the super highway. There is even an argument that road is not up to 30 kilometers. So what is all this rush?
All right, Obed, thank you. I'll be expecting those videos, right? Thank you very much. Let's Ambari from Bori, good morning.
Good morning, Eleme. It is a pity that a road that links economic route of this country is being handled this way, and the people from that region is being treated this way. Even to the extent that our people have started blaming our representatives at the Senate, that is like they don't have the people's interest. And these people have been putting their heads together to ensure that this road is put to a walk. And after all this effort, David Omai is coming to make this kind of statement that is causing havoc within the region. To me, I am not really happy with the situation at hand. Thank God our rest member, Honorable Dumdeko, has made that statement to refute what David Omai said. Because if not for that, it would have looked as if all of them are just don't look and nobody's saying anything to that effect. That I want to thank God Dumdeko has proved that yes, they actually represent the interests of the people.
All right.
And I want to call on the federal government to take it as a call to duty to ensure that this road that is embarrassing the people of Niger Delta is taken as a number one priority to ensure by December this year that promise he made to the people of the River Southeast and the Niger Delta is completed.
All right, Leighton Barry, thank you. Let's go to Bori. Le Barry, good morning.
Good morning, my brilliant brother, Andrew. My name is Komile Barry Akekwe. For your question, it's impossible. They cannot complete it. This phase one, how many years it took them to say they complete it for commission? The problem we are having in this country, for you to have a quality job well done, the president or from the presidency, they're supposed to form project monitoring team where their role is to supervise and ascertain the quality of job well done before commissioning. Now, the president is in Abuja. What time did he even took to come and inspect the project is paying for? No time. The president will not even go to. You cannot even remember when President visited River State last. I think it was during his campaign period. The president is supposed to tour around the country, especially where project is going on, to ascertain this money I'm paying. Does I have value for it? Before commissioning any project, this East-West Road is a nightmare to passengers, and especially to the Ogonis and the Akwa Iboms that are using that road. Nothing. Look at the job. It's not even up to 40%. Somebody will say 40% completion. No. It's not up to about 35%. Go and assess that road. Or is it because it's linking the Ogoni people, the minority?
All right. Let's go to Triumphant.
Right in this country.
Triumphant is in GRA. Good morning.
Very good morning to you, presenter.
Good morning, Triumphant.
Okay, you know the popular saying that the people get the kind of
leader they deserve.
You understand? And it makes me ask the question, like, how are the Nigerian citizenry, like, you deserve this kind of leadership? Let me expatiate what I'm telling you. In your own judgment, keep aside the fact that you are a journalist and you should be objective and you should describe an effective government. My brother, sir, in your own description, can you conclude or can you make the statement that what you have seen in Nigeria for the past 2 years is an effective administration? But there's no need for answer. What is happening on that road will make you know the society we are in. Like, how do you commission a road that is not completed? Like, what kind of backward society. Like, what even makes you think about it to start with? And sometimes you, instead of to be proactive in something, you say you show yourself to. Well, I have prayed to God to grant repose to the souls of my fellow Nigerians in Benue State, people who had aspirations, dreams, and all that. But for the fact that they are not well protected, things like this are happening to them. Please, may God have mercy on their souls.
All right, Triumphant. Thank you. Back to some more messages on Facebook. Why the rush in commissioning? Must we always have funfair? Ferdinand Nwodo is asking. This one says, do you know why they will not complete the East-West Road? They want to use it for election campaigns in 2027. And you will vote if they use it, I'm saying. It's not the first time we've had all of this. This one says the president doesn't really necessarily need to go anywhere or do everything himself. That's why he has ministers and lieutenants. Oh, that's also true to a large extent. But then I would only question the fact that if they are telling you to commission, there should be a way for you to verify what you are commissioning. I mean, when you look at the coastal road, you look at there should be a means. These people, you've saddled them with the responsibility of doing a job, and they've come to say, yes, they've done the job. At least, how do you confirm? Shouldn't you verify as the president? Say, okay, well, job well done. Because we've seen the president commission other roads in this country and he goes to the sites. So I don't know why. Unfortunately, we are the reason why politicians do what they do. This one says. All right, that's how much we can take. Good morning. My name is Eleme Andrew. After the commercial, Judy's next.
Port Harcourt, guess what? Kids FM.